Ooh. Good God morning. Good God morning. How is everyone? Inside warm and cozy. I am RosaJ, doing it God's way each and every day. And guess what? It is 10 degrees outside, and they say that it feels like below zero. And I am not feeling that. See the cold differently, to feel the cold differently, because I have to go out. We have to go to work, or I do have to go to work. I pray that those people that don't have to go won't go. I can't even imagine how to dress for this weather. How many layers of clothes do I need to keep myself warm? For today, I desire to be in a car. What about you? Uh, so Tanner just finished doing his mantra today. I have to go and watch it. He may be still in the process of it. So we're on the 29th day of A Course in Miracles, and this lesson prepares us, or takes yesterday's lesson to another level. Above all else, I definitely want to see blank differently. Excuse me. So I am RosaJ, doing it God's way each and every day. And it is my commission to teach or show you how I began to walk in love of everything. Love of everything, watching what I think, watching what I say, watching how I feel, so that I can be the Christ walking. They say Jesus Christ is coming back. Well, I think Jesus Christ will show up when we start thinking and acting as a Christ, an anointed one. And that's what Christ means. Hey, dearie, how are you? I hope you have to stay inside today, because it looks like it's below freezing, right? So anyway, we're on day 29, and today's 29 is God is in everything I see. God is in everything. Grand rising. I love that way. That makes me feel good when you say that. I enjoy you. Make sure you share this out and like it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. RosaJ YouTube, bit.ly. Just go to YouTube and look up RosaJ and subscribe and like my videos. I desire to become a million subscriber person, and I know it takes time, so I'm working on that. I will. I think I have about 31. I can't wait till I get to the hundreds spot, but it will be. So God is in everything I see. 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 So what does that mean, and why are we doing this, or why are we saying it? Well, God created everything, right? So it behooves us to see God in all things, no matter how we feel about it, no matter what it looks like, just to see Him in it. So the idea for today explains why you can see all purpose in everything. It explains why nothing is separate, because by itself or in itself. And it explains why nothing you see means anything. In fact, it explains every idea we have used thus far, and all the subsequent ones as well. Today's idea is the whole basis for vision. So today is the day that we realize that nothing is apart from anything. Why? Because it was created by God, so it cannot be separated. It has the same meaning whether you judge it for good or bad. It means everything, anything is made by God. Therefore, I desire to see it in the eyes of God. So you will probably find this idea very difficult to grasp at this point. You may find it silly, irrelevant, irrelevant, and senseless, funny, or even objectable. Certainly, God is not in a table, really, or in a cup, or in a pad, or in a pencil, or in a portrait, right? Certainly, you say that to yourself, but that's because you only see it with your senses, five senses. Yet, we emphasized yesterday that a table shares the purpose of the universe, and what shares the purpose of the universe shares the purpose of its creator. Just think about that. So let me repeat that. Yesterday we said a table shares the purpose of the universe. And since it shares the purpose of the universe, it shares the purpose of its creator. Try then today to begin to learn how to look on all things with love. That's the ultimate. To see everything in love, to say everything in love, to think everything in love, to have actions that are only based in love. Appreciate, to see it in love and appreciation and in open-mindedness. You do not see them now. Would you know what it is? If you can't see it now, how can you know what it is? Nothing is as it appears to you. Its holy purpose stands beyond our little range. When vision has shown you the holiness that lights up the world, you will understand today's idea perfectly. When vision has shown us the holiness that lights up the world, we will understand today's lesson perfectly. And you will not understand and how you could ever have found it difficult. So when you get to that point, you'll wonder to yourself, how did I ever not know this? How did I not ever see this? Being in that mind of God, being on that plane where you see God in everything. Our 6 2-minute practices periods for today should follow a now familiar pattern. Begin with repeating the idea to yourself and then apply it randomly to different objects about you, naming each one specifically. Try to avoid the tendency to self-direct your selections, which may be particularly tempting in connection with today's idea because of its wholly alien nature. What does that mean? This whole not known now purpose. Remember that any order you impose is equally alien to reality, separate from reality. Your list of subjects should therefore be as free of self-selection as possible. For example, you will start with the thought for today, which is, let's repeat it. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. God is in this coat hanger. God is in everything I see. God is in this magazine. God is in this finger. God is in this face. God is in this lamp. God is in this body. God is in that dog. God is in that cat. God is in, and you can name people. God is in my mother. God is in my children. God is in, and just do it 6 times today. Just remember, God is in everything I see. In addition to the assigned practice, repeat the idea for today as at least once an hour, looking slowly about as you say the words unhurried to yourself at least once or twice. You should experience a sense of restfulness as you do this. Can you do this? Do you think this is possible? I was thinking about how I could possibly, hey Tana, how I could possibly say on my phone to notify me every hour on the hour. Yesterday, but remember, there is no exact way to do this. There's no right or wrong. Just do it when you remember. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. Hey, how are you, Tamara? It is good to have you here. God is in everything I see. Now, we said, Tamara, this is my your first time here. I think, and I want to congratulate you. We are opening our awareness to the Creator. And in the beginning, what name you give your Creator is up to you. So you can, I know you're a Muslim, so you can say, Allah is in everything I see. Allah is in everything I see. And we're beginning to actually get to the point where we see and become our Creator. In our mind, where we don't judge them or uh, ridicule them or get all hung up in our intellect as opposed to getting hung up in the being that we were created to be. We are created to show God here on earth, to be that loving, kind um, entity of life, learning to love, think in love, and speak in love, and feel in love, beyond our senses, beyond our intellect of how we want to judge it or condemn things. We want to get beyond that. We want to get into the beyond the physical and move into the great I am. So we're at the end. I hope that folks have to, hey, cuz, how are you, friend? How are you? I hope that you have a good God day. Stay warm in the East Coast and the central part of America. It is freezing outside here in DC, and I have to get ready to go and teach for 3 hours. Uh, and I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I know God will keep me warm as I walk down this hill because He's totally surrounding me on my journey each and every day. So I am RosaJ, doing it God's way each and every day. And we are studying the 29th day of A Course in Miracles. And if you have not read it or listened to it on Audible, I recommend that you add this to your book of things to do, to open up to a broader, because it's not about the religion that you are, it's about your spirituality, and that's the most important. It's beyond that. It's about, this is learning how to hear the truth of the loving creature that God created us to be, and change the world. For if you change you, you change the world. That's just it, and that's all. So I must live with God, Christ consciousness, that consciousness that keeps me balanced when my ego wants to unbalance me, when my ego wants to believe that it is the most important part of me, and I say no to it. The most important part of me is that God consciousness, that connection. I can worship however I want, but I have to, for me, I have to maintain that God consciousness, that peace and love. So I am RosaJ, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It is, I didn't put it in the description, but just go to YouTube and look up Rosa Hodge, and I should pop up. Subscribe and like my videos. Look at some of the videos in the past, or go to the I Am Affirmation page on Facebook. That's where I post them. And be open-minded. Some of us have asked to go beyond. I remember asking God, more please. And up popped A Course in Miracles, along with a couple of other books uh, that I have been reading. I'll tell you about that tomorrow. Mother has to go. It is way past my time. So be blessed. Have a good God day, and inbox me if you have any questions. I am also willing to talk to my people. I love the fact that you show up. I love the fact that you come and share, or come back on the replay, or however. Remember today's thought: God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. God is in everything I see. Namaste. Be blessed. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, YouTube, for the likes and the subscription. Please subscribe to my channel. Be blessed.